that.
If the phone lines were down,
Yeah.
how did Kevin McAllister order himself a pizza?
Oh, shit.
There was no
That's
internet.
right.
There was
There's no cell phones.
There's no none.
No, they
Nothing.
had
What?
None of
Had
that.
that phone in a bag.
Carrier pigeon?
Never
Possibly smoke signal? No. Plot hole.
Plot hole.
Big one.
Welcome, everybody, to East Elvins 310 Podcast, coming at you on Cannabis Sunday, January 19th. It's 11:50 Central Time, in case you're in another time zone. This is not live, so it don't matter. Welcome to the show today. Show me Green, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How about you?
Doing good, doing good.
CJ, how you doing?
Cold, but other than that, I'm doing good. Thanks for
Awesome.
having me.
So we got CJ sitting in today. J-Dog, under the weather. Hope he gets feeling better. I'm sending you all my vitamin C vibes right now.
Right. Yep. It's from all
Hope
of
you get
us.
feeling better, man. I know that sucks. We just got done doing a show. This is our second show today. So our first show, we actually got to sit in with Troy Stevens with Permanent Farms. That was fucking dope. It was a good time.
Yep.
He got to tell us about the Cannabis Content Awards show that we're in. So come February is going to be the votes.
Yep,
We're
yep,
gonna
yep.
need
February
everybody's
1st.
vote. He's going to set up. He says it's going to be really easy. You're just going to have to join the group. We'll share it on our social media, so you can hit up the East of Elvins 310 Podcast, Facebook or Instagram, and we will get that information there where you can get linked up and get your vote. We need your vote.
Yep.
This is one vote
Yep.
that matters.
Get out and vote.
Yeah. This
Get
one
out
can
and
make
vote.
a difference. Get out. Get to your polls.
Maybe we can get some stickers made.
Boots on the ground.
With
Boots on the ground.
Instead of a check mark, it's a doobie.
Yeah, that's right,
And the smoke's the other side of the check.
Gotta
It's
do
a
it.
great idea.
Get out.
It is. So it was great. It was neat learning all these programs and stuff. He joined. He set in, gave us 25 minutes. It was a good time. Very knowledgeable dude.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Very
You guys had
professional.
some deep talk.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wanted to address on a couple of growing topics, go back in the history, how he came up with the awards program. And it all sounds real. He put a lot of work into it.
Right.
Oh, he's still putting a lot of work into
Yeah.
it. He's always
Yeah.
he was on there 2 hours ago, 4 hours ago, 6 hours ago, 8
Right.
hours ago.
I mean, he even said it. He hadn't even been to bed yet.
Right.
Like, so, like, he's a busy guy and he does it, and it's because it matters to get that stuff out there, so everybody
Yeah.
can see it and see what they can do. Because there's hundreds of people like you guys all over the place that want to be doing the same thing, and they don't know anything about it, and then they see something that like that, and they're like, hey,
Yeah.
I want to do that. So it's important.
A little bit of motivation to get started.
Right.
Like that's what the Barn and Tippy Joe show and all them did to me. They got me motivated to do it, and then they pushed me to do it, and then
Right.
Jake got it to happen, and then we're here today.
Right. Right.
Getting nominated for fucking award shows.
It's awesome.
Yep.
It's awesome.
DOE, baby. Want to drop in and give a huge shout out to our other member that's been busy here lately, Mr. Jake. Yeah, he's out in fucking Cali.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah, he was in rehearsal last night. It was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. I was getting on Fortnite, and I got a message saying that he just got done with rehearsal, and I'm like, damn, I know he's putting the grind in out there, and I wish nothing but the best for him, man.
Same here, man.
Like something. It'd be awesome just to see somebody locally that's good
Right.
Yep.
doing big things, you
Right.
know?
Right.
Looking forward to that interview when he comes back.
100%. That's going to be a good one. What does he smoke? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, I
Right,
know.
right.
Yeah.
He's going to get out there and be like in hog heaven.
Right.
I would be.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, it was a good episode. And then we come together to bring this one because we have some topics that we wanted to cover. We got some big things that are happening.
Right. Right.
We are not a politic podcast. We
Right.
really
No.
aren't. That's the thing I try to stay far, far away from.
right.
But it's kind of something that I think people need to hear a little bit. So we're not
Right.
we're gonna cover some topics, right? Ain't that right? Show me green.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna start off with this one that just came out on MJ Biz Daily. Marijuana rescheduling process paused indefinitely after judge cancels hearing. Okay.
Indefinitely is a scary word.
It is that it's kind of a double-edged sword. There's a lot of people that are for it being rescheduled over to Schedule 3.
Right. Right.
But from a grower's perspective, I worry myself about once it's legal with banking and everything, and it's staying as Schedule 3. That means that pharmaceuticals companies
Right.
can
Right.
really
Right.
buy their way in to our culture.
Right.
And then it can be appropriated away.
Yeah.
So that's why I wanted to bring this up. I want
Right.
to see what people's opinions are on
Yes.
this subject, because it is very important for us with what we talk about with being able to grow for
100%.
ourselves.
Right.
If pharmaceuticals comes into it, they can patent strains. And that means you trying to take and grow that strain is now illegal.
Right. Right.
Okay?
Right.
There's a lot of things that come into play. So what do you guys think about this?
I think it's horrible. I mean,
Right.
it's one way to be able to produce our own medicine and know where it comes from and what effects it'll do. I mean, things that you give your plant to grow, you can change it if you didn't like the way it tastes, or you can
Right.
change it if you didn't like the effects of it, or you can change your strain in general. You can create your own strain.
Right.
These are rights that people can do. They'd be like, Pineapple Express works great. Granddaddy Purple does, and this is just an example, but they literally could cross them if they
Right.
wanted to with the right proper knowledge.
Right.
If that's taken away, where you just don't have access in general, that is rough. I mean, that'd be horrible.
scary.
It is, and
Yeah.
it's going to be no one's going to be able to afford it.
Right, right, yeah, and that's what that they're scared of. I am not a grower, so I don't know nothing about it. I do not have a green thumb at all. I have quite the opposite, but it's terrible on that end because they want to continue to we wouldn't have what we have without them. And if you start edging that out, people that are in the cannabis industry now have already seen where when the wrong people, or it gets kind of corporate, or it goes past something else, it turns it kind of tarnishes it a little bit, and we don't want that, and we know what big pharma can do and what the prices will be, and all the logistics and the hoops that everybody, it's just going to take the fun out of it. And you're not going to have those people that are doing it, and you're going to have these people that know nothing, that they're just like, okay, this is how you do it, and they're just going to be little people in a lab, and it's not going to be like what it is. And we don't want that, so.
Right. It becomes more of
Definite
a
con.
scientific based as compared to our culture based, where we all want to take in, have a good time, produce this plant, and be together.
Right.
Once that culture is taken, then it's going to take and wind up becoming the same as everything else that goes hugely mainstream.
Right. Why people
Right.
turn to cannabis in the first place is because of what pharmaceuticals and stuff have done to that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want none of that. That's why I got into cannabis. I didn't want none of that.
Side
And
effects are minimum.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we don't, so it's going to take that away.
At
is
that point, it
definite
comes to the
con.
side effects for me.
Right.
Like, agreeing with you on
Right,
that.
right.
Many of the pharmaceuticals I had to take for different reasons. I quit because I had some type of side
Right,
effect.
and if it gets
Right.
like that, and people are going to recognize it, your true people that love it. Now, your new people coming up that know nothing and stuff, that's what they're going to buy into, and they're never going to know the true what it is if it gets like that. They're not going to know what people went through to do this, and how we all tried to just, like you were saying, this isn't a political show, because we're staying at the heart of what unites all of us to do it. And no matter what part of it you're in, if you're a grower, if you're just a consumer, if you work in retail, if you do, you're on the science side of it all, that's what unites us. And that if you take that out, and it becomes a lot of suit and tie, like,
Yep.
just it's
It gets taken over by
right,
chads.
and you don't want that. Yeah, lots of them, and you don't want that. It's not fun anymore, and then people just move on from that. But there are pros to it as well, I suppose, and that's what, like, I don't know a lot of them, and what pros do you guys see from it?
Higher
And-
tax. I just see revenue for the wrong people.
Right.
Yeah, honestly, I don't see a lot of pros.
Yeah. So,
I really don't.
But yeah, that's
So
really
that's-
it. Just revenue is kind of like, but not for the right people that would use it. Right.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like, how Canada, right? They have federal, like, not, I don't know their laws, but I know that they have, it's legal in the entire country.
Right.
Right. And you can take and go onto your website and go in and have it ordered and shipped directly to your door.
Right.
Right. I see that being good for a very small amount of people.
Right.
That already know what what effects they're looking for from those strains, and they know them.
Right.
They know those strains and what they do.
Right.
Then, and especially for like elderly and cancer patients, people like that can't take and go out to a dispensary, I absolutely see the benefit of that.
Right.
But at the same time, that's a very small percentage of people.
Yep.
I feel, compared to, look at the people that grow their own because they're like, hey, I need to take and grow Charlotte's Web for the CBD.
Yeah. Yep.
But if that takes and gets taken over by pharmaceutical company, they don't have that access anymore.
No.
And then once that happens, it's the same thing as these facilities. They can only produce so many different types of strains.
Right.
But you need that one specifically, and now that's been taken away.
Then what happens if they yield it and it don't yield what they like?
Right,
the revenue don't come because of the yield. Well, guess what? No, we're not going to grow Charlotte's Web no more because we didn't get no yield on that. But we don't own that patent, so no one else is going to get it either.
Right. I mean, it wasn't a big sell, not a lot of people call for that anymore. So it's not needed.
CBD, nobody needs that. Well, so there's a percentage of people that do, or wouldn't be there.
Some people do.
Yeah.
Right. We talk about it many different times. A lot of spouses, that consume that'll do that.
Right.
Willie's, Katie, she likes CBD flower too. So I mean, I know at least 3 or 4 people.
Oh yeah. My wife, if she goes to smoke, it has to be a 1-to-1 ratio with CBD to THC. If it's straight THC, it throws everything off for her.
Even if it's a lower percentage.
Even so.
Oh wow.
Yep. She has to have that CBD mix because otherwise, it'll make her head just spin like crazy. Like when you get really drunk and everything is just spinning.
Yeah.
If she doesn't have that CBD, that's what she gets.
Wow.
Damn, that's horrible.
So that's what I mean. Certain people need these different types, and if it gets taken over, then next thing you know, you're trying to find seeds from illegal sources.
Right. Yeah.
And then don't even know if they're going to be, accurate, or if they're even going to be what the hell they are.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to mess with them, or it's a shame. The word indefinitely, like I said, I hate it. It's not a good word. It doesn't really bring a lot of hope, but I guess that's what we have to do now, is just hope that, I don't know.
What we have to hope for is deschedulized.
Yes, deschedulized.
That's our hope.
Yes.
It needs to just come off this list.
100%. Like it shouldn't.
Altogether.
Let our home growers, our farmers, let us have farmers markets where you can take and legally go through and pick up anything that you want.
How do you think it's going to affect the industry?
If they deschedule it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think if they deschedule it, I think that there's going to be a lot more people actually flowing through.
Right.
There really is, because it's going to come down to almost like craft breweries compared to Budweiser.
True.
Right?
Good example, yeah.
Yep.
So if you want to take and go in and you don't, weed isn't weed like it is to everyone. Like, for us, how it is to a lot of people, they just, dude, if it gets me high, then I'm good.
Right.
Okay. Then they're going to go with the Budweiser.
They're fine if it tastes like shit.
Yeah,
you know?
100%.
Like, if I get the high, then okay, cool. That's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
But if you want something like, I want these terpenes, I want this smell, I'm looking for this effect, you're going to take and you're going to look at the craft growers.
Right. You're going to look at those,
And people that respect it and grew it and knew they did it properly.
Yeah, being on the retail side, we know that. We've seen those customers that come in and it's like, you're like, you can never, being somebody like us that do care about those kind of things, you see somebody come in and pick something up and you're just like, I know I have to sell it, but it's like,
they come in,
but they're like, I don't care.
They come in, they got eyes fucking down, they're mean. Some are huge. I need the best you fucking got.
Yep.
So, okay, well, you give them the list. You go down, you tell them why it's the best. That's what a good budtender should do. Tell them why. Don't just tell them it's the best. Why. And then they're like, I won't pay $25, $35 for a pre-roll. Give me that $6 trim, half gram. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You just basically shook me down and told me give me the best I got, and then you're like gonna go with the worst I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. The people come in and
but those aren't there just to laugh and make fun of people. I mean, those are there for people that are that might want a lower percentage.
Right.
Knowing a pre-roll is going to be lower percentage.
Right.
Or they're just financially in a struggle and they just need something.
Something that they know.
But at the same time, that's the group of people. There's just
Right.
so many different ones out there.
Right.
The way they can look at it, I can just get high. I remember smoking one time. I smoked this weed. It was black.
Oh.
Now I know what happened. It was mold. I was younger. I didn't know. It was
That's
moldy
rough.
weed. It was moldy weed. I didn't know. I'm not going to tell the source, but I know the source is a listener. But yeah, I'll leave it at that. I got it, and back then I never even thought about mold, and I smoked it, and me and my buddy got high. Oh, we got high. We didn't get sick.
Right.
But now I know why I didn't get sick.
Right.
I got a pretty strong immune system.
Yeah.
But yeah, we smoked it. We got so high, and I remember that taste, that
Oh, yeah.
exhale.
Yeah.
And now I look back, and I'm like, I cannot believe I smoked that.
Right.
Yeah.
But I got high off of it.
Yeah.
So like some people wouldn't have cared it's mold.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care. It smells like Downy sheets, which
Yeah.
I never got that. Do you?
Yes,
Every now
I
and then,
have.
somebody will dry
Yes.
a plant,
Yep.
and it smells just like a Downy sheet.
Yeah, because they're using dryer sheets to cover up the smell in their house.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they're doing?
100%. 100%.
Yeah, it soaks through the plastic.
Yeah.
It like goes into the plastic,
Yes.
the Ziploc bags or whatever you're keeping it in, and then you put your weed in there.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, your
Oh.
weed
I-
is like
Big,
it's like
yeah, when I
Downy.
first really got into it and was
Like
getting
Downy
it.
Kush?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
the-
I was like, what is this?
I'm feeling soft.
Gain, rainforest,
Right.
breeze.
I'm
Wow.
all
yeah.
exfoliated and shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. Dryer sheets have come in handy very well for a lot of stoners. Not only were they used in that, I know a lot of them that made like little smoke buddy things with the toilet paper roll, and you stuff the dryer sheets in there. So yeah, shout out to dryer sheets.
Shout out that. Shout out to kombucha.
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 No, thank you.
It ain't bad.
No, thank you.
You should try it.
I better not.
Yeah.
Just leave it at that. Not a fan.
Says no.
Show me Green brought it. So
I-
I'm trying it, and I actually like this one.
Well,
I can
good.
drink it. Do you chug it?
No.
Do you chug
No.
it?
Just sip on it, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll probably try anything like that I'd have to eat, but drinking stuff, I don't know, man. It's just something about it. I just don't. I can't
Yes.
do it. If it's gross, I just can't do it.
It's because you smell it. You should never smell it.
No, I don't think it's because I smell it.
I
'Cause
think it's 'cause
I
you
plug
smell it.
my schnoz, I plug the schnozzle and try to do it, and I don't taste anything, but it's just
You
something
pinch
about
your nose to take a drink of it?
Yeah, because you don't taste anything if you close your nose.
I just don't go.
Okay.
Okay,
well-
I wonder if this is true. That's where it's got me. Like, if you actually take and plug up your nose, can you actually not taste?
Yes.
I've never done it.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know,
What?
man.
I'll try it.
You don't see those all those reality shows of the people in Survivor and they're eating hissing cockroaches and they're like this and
They're
this
just
and it's 'cause you
over-exaggerating.
can't-
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I'm just saying, dude,
I'll
it's just
see.
a myth.
I'll see.
I think it's just a myth.
It's not a myth.
I'm about to break a myth.
'Cause I-
Your boy
I-
Travioli's about to
It's
break
not a
myth.
myth. It can't be. And unfortunately, because of this rule, I am a huge mouth breather.
Here we go.
Plug it.
Just taking the
Plug it
drink.
hard. No, there's. I wish there was just a bunch of
What is
comments
that
right
answer?
now
What
because
is that
everybody would
answer?
tell you it's true. It's true. You're all wrong. It's all right. There's something wrong with you.
So
guys
back to
then.
MJ Biz.
Let me open this back up. That was fun.
all my Survivor fans out there. Come on, comment, tell them that it's true.
Subscribe and follow, please. Facebook, YouTube, Spotify. One thing you did
man.
bring up too, show me. You were talking about it really affects veterans. Veterans are our heart, our soul. That's
Right.
what keeps our country going. The truth behind it, it is, and it affects them. We heard it all the time in dispensary. CJ, how many times you have somebody come in with their wife and said they can't smoke because they're a veteran?
Right. Yeah.
We offer
Hundreds.
veteran discounts,
Right.
but some people choose cannabis over medication,
Right.
and that's why them people
Which
take
they
that
should.
step, right?
Which they
Right?
should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
And a lot of them, they do. They grow. So
Besides affecting with their medicine or maybe their pension, how do you think it affects veterans? Show me. Since you are a vet,
Well,
thank you for your service.
yes.
Oh, thank you. Well, just because veterans we are, dude, this has been the best cure that I have found for all the side effects of getting out of the military service. It helps me with my knees. It helps me with my back pain. It helps me with a lot of things. I used to jump out of an airplane all the time. So, like, I was able to take and target the medicine that I wanted and I need, and the certain type of terpenes and what works best for me.
Right.
And this just goes back to what we were previously talking about, how if pharmaceuticals gets to take over, home growing is going to wind up taking a big hit because we're not going to be able to take and get these strains. They're going to wind up having
patents.
Exactly. Or they're going to be owned.
Right.
You know? So really it takes away a lot of, because when you get out of the military, they're more than willing to put you on so many different types of medications.
To try them.
I was on 5 different types of medications when I got out of the military.
Goodness gracious.
Right? Now, none. I don't take any. I take a multivitamin and I drink kombucha every day.
Kombucha.
There it is again.
There it is.
I heard there's a song out about this kombucha that's going to be on YouTube, I think.
I can't even.
See,
it's a real hit.
It's like, I can't do this.
It's a real hit. Just wait. They're all going to be
That's awesome, though. You found natural things that, that are healthier and, like you said, less side effects. It's known, it's tested, it's proven.
As someone who's worked in mental health and seen people that have been on drugs for mental health reasons for long terms, it's terrible. Their livers are gone, their kidneys are rough. So, and as 2019, that's why I got into cannabis. Is I didn't want to do that route. I didn't want to go see someone and they say, "Well, let's try this," and then I come back 2 weeks later and I'm like, "It's not really doing anything." They're like, "Well, keep on that. We'll up it, and then we're gonna add this other little smaller milligram." And I'm like, "I'm not playing that game. I'm not jumping around and doing that." Because those side effects are no joke. I've seen it. I've seen it firsthand, not from myself, but also like my wife. My wife has experienced crazy things off those things, and like completely different human being. And she's like, "No, I can't take that anymore." And it's just it's absolutely nuts. So it's we don't want that. That's why we're doing this. That's why we're staying natural, and we don't want people to get their hands on it that can make it that way, to make it where it's just too hard to get what we need.
And to piggyback off both the ends on that, like both of them, what you guys just said right there, reminded me of a story where I went to Walmart with my wife to pick up some medication when they were trying to find her some medication, trying to get it lined out.
Right.
Which they did, and she's doing great now. But you go up to these registers and you're going through so much yourself.
Right.
Like you're mentally going through. You're at your weakest.
Right.
To find out that they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's a $600."
Right.
Medicine. And you're like, "I have insurance." And they're like, "Yeah, don't cover it."
Right.
Insurance ain't going to cover that medicine. You're going to have to pay that. So you got this $600 pill. Then, here's the crazy thing that happened. And this is a true fucking statement. "Let me see if I remove your insurance, what will happen?" And then they applied the RX.
Yeah.
And ended up getting it for, and this sounds absolutely not real, like $30, $40.
Right. Right.
I pay so much money for insurance. For someone to tell them that that's what this person needs, and then for them to go through that. Now, my wife's smart as a tack.
Right.
You both know her. She's sharp.
Right.
80, 90-year-old Sally Mae. I made that name up. I don't know where the fuck that came from. She goes up to the pharmacy and they pull that shit. That Sally Mae only gets $1,200 a month.
Yeah.
Well, she just paid $600 on something that lady behind the counter, a good pharmacist, will try stuff like that.
Right.
All of them don't do that.
No, they don't.
No.
They don't.
And then that person thinks they have to live off $600 for that month now because they just dropped on this medication. They're going to see if it'll work.
Right. And then, with all this going on, if we don't just deschedule, Sally Mae can't just go out and go to her, brother, Jimmy Ray.
Jimmy Ray down in the corner.
Yeah, and get the plants because he can't grow that no more because there's a patent on the seeds or whatever that he needs to get. So,
it's mind-blowing.
It's a bad thing.
That's why I don't want it to happen either.
Right.
That's
why we just want to
deschedule.
Deschedule.
But do we have a choice?
I don't know, man. It's all.
I mean, the streets are fine. The streets love.
Right.
The streets always going to be there.
Right.
Yep.
So
Good
that
old
one got me.
friend.
Had 3 diamonds in it. That blunt.
Tasty.
Cereal
Yeah,
milk.
it is. It's really tasty. What flavor wrap is that? Grape, white grape.
Mango.
Mango.
Natural myrcene.
Oh yeah. Like that mirror scene.
Yeah, so we
Frankincense and
we
myrcene.
did a good job not getting too political.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
but
I
it
think
is something
so.
that people need to pay attention. Where we getting our resources to is going to be mjbizdaily.com. Show Me Green. He follows that page, reads that page.
Reputable source.
They cover a lot of aspects, and they give you a bunch of other categories upon that topic. So if you want to browse over and take a look at it, that's mjbizdaily.com.
Yep, and they got it all broken down into different categories on here, so you can go into like cultivation, manufacturing,
And
hemp
see how it's going to
CBD.
affect you.
You
Right.
can go into the legal side, everything that's going on with cannabis. You can go here and read some, get a little bit of information.
So do you think everybody should seed splurge? Do you think about that, Mr. Show Me Green?
Well, what I would say is if you have been holding back on starting a grow for any reasons, I would say take and start just researching strains that you like.
Yeah.
Find the reputable breeder and go ahead and just take and get the seeds. I wouldn't say go insane and buy every single strain that you see, and
Right.
but I would take and put your research in behind it.
Right. Make sure
because
you're
seeds
buying
are
it from
expensive.
a reliable
Yeah.
source.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And-
They're a lot expensive for that to not work or do what you want it to.
Exactly.
I wonder how that would hit Main Street Grow Supply seed collections they sell.
It would probably help them out quite a bit because a lot of people like their strains.
Right. Yeah.
But at least it will take and just try to have a little bit of motivation
You
behind.
think it'll
which
be
ones you
illegal to
want.
have those seeds?
Do what?
You think it'd be illegal to possess that weed, that strain, or those seeds?
Only if they. I mean, how would they? I don't know how they
True.
would take and.
Run a COA on it?
Yeah, like how they'd be able to
We're gonna
test
run
it
this
like on
COA.
the spot and be like. But then nothing is too crazy. Far from the future, if Big Pharma gets involved.
right.
Yeah. True.
Right,
Good-
they have
good point, sir.
all the money to back any kind of technology, anything that they really want to start pushing.
Right. Money talks.
So, but I don't want to go be a conspiracy theorist here either.
Right.
so-
Right.
Well, I know that I'm going to get the strawberry banana started. I was going
Oh,
to take
yeah.
a break, but I'm going to get over these 2 cold days, and then I'm going to get those started. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, that'll be good. Hopefully, get one of those dark purple ones again.
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
Yep.
That's why I kind of want to get started with the cooler temperatures right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Because that was so good. That was so flavorful.
Yeah,
so
it was
smooth.
so tasty.
A lot of the I won't want to say elder, but people that are a little bit older than me that I fucks with, they love that they didn't choke on it. They didn't
Right,
cough.
right.
They didn't cough at
Easy
all.
smoke
It was
for
just
'em.
so smooth. It's like that chopped cherries.
Yeah.
It was real simple. Now that I'm thinking about it,
Yep.
in the dispensary world, chopped cherries at super. You can look at a purple bud and be like, I know exactly what that one tastes like,
Right.
and I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much the only bud I think I can do that too.
Chopped cherries, you can smell it in the smoke. Also.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, even in a blunt wrap.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're in a room and somebody lights it up, you can be like, yeah, that's chopped cherries.
Yep.
Yep.
I know around on that. I think that's a good blunt.
That was fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
Delish.
So yeah, we'll see how things go and change. I'll do some more reading up on this as well.
Oh yeah. Keep up on it. See what's going to happen.
Wildfires.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to all them people. I don't hate that people are billionaires. Success. It is what it is. Some of them billionaires were homies in a garage doing a podcast
Right.
before they did that. You know what I
All
mean?
of
Like,
them were, and it don't matter how much
Yeah.
money they have. It's memories.
yeah.
Memories.
So yeah, that's the other thing. A lot of personal items.
Right.
Like when you do have that much money, you do have a lot
Right.
of important shit. Like
Yeah.
they
Right.
have money to do that cool stuff. Put people in glass jar or in like marbles and
Right.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. You know?
Yeah.
I heard some crazy stories and stuff. So yeah, all the listeners out there, any of our listeners that have family or friends or are just soft like us sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, send much respect, much about good vibes to them as well.
Yeah, it's rough. As somebody that's almost been in like a forest fire in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, a few years back,
Oh.
I got caught
really?
up in that. Yeah, it was scary. It's
remember
not,
that.
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
not on that like big as scale as what's going on in California, but I mean there was like 14 people that lost their life in it after it was over and done with, and like 70,000 acres or something like that. I don't really remember the the numbers, but it was scary. And me and my wife were down there for a little vacation, and her father came into town, and it was just really smoky. Like it was, I was kind of walking around being like, I've heard this was the Smoky Mountains, but this is ridiculous kind of thing, because like, it was just smoke. And my father-in-law was like, I got to get away from the smoke. You want to just drive into Pigeon Forge and get some ice cream? And we did. And like on our way back, like cops stopped us, and they were like, it's the forest fire. It's spreading, it's coming down, and like it was just scary for 4 days. We had to stay in a hotel. All we had was on our back. They wouldn't let us back up to our hotel. One day it would be like it's destroyed. The next day they're saying, well, half of it was destroyed, and we just didn't know what was going on. Shout out to everybody down there. But like I will say, it's tragic. But when something like that does happen, the amount of people that come together to
Right.
work together that come from different backgrounds, and you're just doing it because it's affecting everyone. Like the people that came together in that, like staying at that hotel, shout out to the Courtyard Marriott down there in Pigeon Forge. They were comping rooms. They provided dinner every night for everybody that was there, first responders that were there.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
They
awesome.
made hygiene baskets for everybody that came and didn't have anything. And I saw people that were in there that lost everything. And it's
Wow.
just completely and utterly devastating. And then I always get into the judgment of talking about like, natural disasters and what's going on around the world. That every part of the U.S. has their own thing. Like, you have your hurricanes, you have your forest fires, and you have us with the tornadoes. And when I look and analyze everything, I'll take tornadoes. I will 100% take tornadoes. I don't want to deal with no forest fires. I'm not a hurricane person.
Fuck, I don't like any of it.
No water. Don't give me that like that. So I'll take tornadoes. But LA is tragic. There's a lot of stuff. I think about people like Billy Crystal and his wife, been married 46 years, lost everything. That's just memories. Yes. Does he have the money to rebuild and start back up? Yes. But that's everything
Pictures
gone, and
are
it's just
gone.
awful. Yeah.
Facebook wasn't around.
Right, yeah.
That's the thing. A lot of the people that think this is bullshit are coming from a generation where they have everything in their pocket.
Right.
All their life story on their face. Their whole life is a resume now
Right.
on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It is
Right.
to me. It's insane.
Speaking of Facebook, social media,
Yeah.
no more TikTok.
No more TikTok.
Rest in peace, TikTok banned.
R.I.P. as of Sunday.
Yep.
That's what I heard. The East of Elvins 310 had 2.9 thousand views. I was pretty proud of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was on TikTok. All the other ones had like 30. So don't. I'm like, they really like that one. But I ain't really into it too much. But I know
No.
there's a lot of people out there devastated right now, probably like, what am I going to do?
Right. I mean, it's a lot of people's careers. They make money off that stuff. They don't have that now. But just like I've heard, we used to have Vine. If anybody remembers Vine, Vine
Yep.
came first.
Yep.
There'll be something by probably next week that's already the next social media thing that all these influencers and all these content creators will get on and start doing that, and it'll just grow. It'll be something else. So it'll go, and they'll get to be able to go back to it. But it is, it does suck for those people that really are using it for a means of, a job, and now
Right.
they don't have that. So, but what can you do?
Yeah.
Well, what you can do
Smoke about it.
is smoke,
Yep.
subscribe, follow, like,
Yep.
all
yep,
that
yep.
jazz.
Yep.
Social media, YouTube, Spotify.
Yep.
No TikTok.
No.
No TikTok.
No
All right.
TikTok.
All
That being
right.
said, we're going to close up this show today.
That's right.
CJ, you know what we're doing out here on Davis Crossing?
Could it be flossing?
We flossing. You know we flossing out on Davis Crossing, right?
What is flossing, Alex?
Flossing is glamming.
Glamming. That
What-
leads me to
what
my
is-
next question. What is glamming?
Well, glamming is when you is kind of like a top shelf kind of word that
Okay.
a lot of people don't know about.
Oh, it's new to the lexicon.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, he say glamming, ain't nobody
Glamming.
glamming. Well, that means he's not glamorous.
Right.
He's just glamming.
But he's
because
glamming.
He's glamming.
Right, glamming.
He's got it going
Glamming
on.
is
He's got a nice little skip to his step.
okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay. Happy go lucky. Little spring in that jump.
So, like we said, we're doing that. Thank you for tuning in.
Stay clamming, jamming, and flossing on David Crossan.
I like it. Until next time, take care, y'all. Peace. Keep grabbing the wrong mouse.
Well, you have 17 on this table, so I would be. It's confusing. Want me to label them?